Hello, glorious Aquarians. Welcome. I'm Emma. I'm fairly new to YouTube, but I'm not new to doing this. I've been doing this a very long time. I will post a little link in the description box to my website in case you want to find out more about me. But for now, I'm just really excited to be doing your April 2021 reading. I feel like April is going to be beautifully healing in the form of new experiences for you, Aquarius. And so I'm going to explore what I felt when I linked into you prior to pressing record. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards that will provide a follow-on conversation, really adding a bit of texture to the themes of April for you. And then towards the end of the video, I'll pull 1 card that centers in on relationships specifically, because I know a lot of us like to know about that. And we'll wrap it up in that way. So I'm feeling really good about this. And what I love is that the message I wrote down for you is that it's time to take the loving lead. And I feel like April is providing a massive healing in relationship dynamics and co-creative experiences for you. And it does feel like it's going to go really deep, and really it's going to really permeate all of your being here, this healing of relationship. And what I love about this is that the way it's being healed is not necessarily by going over what's happened and what's happened in the past, but rather by introducing something new to engage in that allows you to feel that fuller sense of worth and belonging again. I got whilst I was tuned in that we're bringing you your interns. You know, your interns, these people that you can pass on all your incredible knowledge and wisdom and perception and connectivity to. And I feel like whether that's in a work dynamic, whether that's in friendship, whether it's in creativity, whether it's in love, it feels like you're being introduced to the people that need someone like you. You, Aquarius, are a born leader. You are born to lead in this world. You're not a follower. You see things the way you see it, and you open up the way that other people see the world. You introduce new ideas, you pass on knowledge, you provide an example of connection, and how you also provide an example of success. And you're sort of, as individual Aquarians, you've got different areas of your life that you're quite successful in. And I feel like this is a living example to others of what is possible. And you are absolutely a born leader. But not everybody wants to discover themselves through being led. There are some people in the world that want to find out through the living experience of it. You know, through the living experience of their life, they want to gather all that knowledge and experience by making mistakes and getting stuck in and becoming resilient. And some people like to live that way. You know, Aries are very much like that. Fire signs are very much like that. They like to learn through life of the living of it. Whereas there are some people in this world, beautiful people, that need the people like you to have that conversational experience, to talk, to explore, to communicate, to go that bit deeper. And I feel like what you are is what these people need. They need somebody that is going to encourage them and see something inside of them, that you're going to awaken them to the other areas of life before they move into it. And I feel like what you do is you're almost like this brilliant gatekeeper, but it's more than that. It's kind of like the relationships that are coming in. Yes, you're walking people through these gates, and at the same time you're walking alongside them for quite some time. These are long-term experiences that are beginning in April, but will travel on for months and even potentially years, because what's happening is some of these people that are coming into your world, they're so beautiful and they're so brilliant, and they are really nearly ready for so much new evolution and expansion, but they kind of need that back and forth to develop the confidence to do it. So we know that they're awesome. We know that they can go into this stuff, but they need somebody like you that has maybe done it before, that has already been there, done that, somebody that sees inside of them and reflects back to them, you know, how glorious they are. They need that lived in experience that you've got. And that's why they feel like interns. It feels like they're coming into your world because they need what you are. And I feel like through this exchange, you're going to receive a lot of love, a lot of appreciation, a lot of care, a lot of thanks and gratitude, a lot of abundance. And it feels like, yes, you're taking the lead. Yes, you're imparting knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, and connectivity, and you are opening up worlds for these people. But what you get back in return is that which you're yearning for on a heart level. And you know what that is. You know what it is you've been saying to friends or loved ones in the past months of, I don't feel like I'm getting this in my life. I don't feel like my relationships have been providing me with that. I feel like I've had a lifetime of not getting this thing or not getting these elements. And it feels like April is where we introduce you into situations that give you that back. And I do think it's across the board. I do think, you know, there's probably a standout area that is very meaningful to you as an individual. So for some people, some of our amazing Aquarians, that might be work. It might be that you're needing to feel like your vision is valued at work and that you get actual interns at work and you are imparting this knowledge and you're getting to see them thrive and grow and transform. And then that is so rewarding and you're receiving the praise and the respect and the recognition and the finance to really go along with that. It might be that inside of co-creative relationship that you're meeting up with partnership where somebody is saying, oh my God, I've been waiting for you. Where have you been? Please, I want to hear everything that's going on in your head. And you may open up other worlds for this partnership, do you know, like that they then go into. And you get to see them thrive and they just love you and think that you're really amazing. And you may notice it in friendship. It may be quite a spiritual project. It might be that you're just getting what it is you need in order to feel like you're thriving. I mean, some of you are in relationships, so this isn't going to be a romantic partner. Some of you smashing it at work, so it's not going to be work focused. It really will be that area of your life that you have been expressing a dissatisfaction for. Maybe it's felt quite deflated in recent months and even years, and April is where it changes. And I just feel like it's a very valuable loving experience where you take the loving lead and you lead people in the way that we know that you have always been destined to do. And it's wanted and it's valued and it's special. But what's really good here is it's new. I feel like this leadership role within you is the very thing you've been waiting for, maybe your entire life. It feels very big and very new. It feels like you have this wealth of experience in leading people. And at times, maybe some of these things didn't get to the fullness of experience that you would have liked because it wasn't quite the right environment for somebody like you, or maybe the people weren't quite right. And it just, you could lead so far and you could get stuck in and yet it just didn't feel like it was working for some reason. And now you're going into this new beginning in April where your people are very divinely entering your life. It's like life, the spirit, or the universe has led them to your doorstep. They've led them to you. They're being delivered by Amazon onto your doorstep saying, here are your people. We're giving them. You're not having to go out and find them. That's the point here. They're being given to you. They're being directed to you. And I think once you're engaged in this experience and in this newness and in this new opportunity to connect in this way, you will realize why you've been waiting for this your entire life, that it needed to be this kind of dynamic, that it needed to be with these kind of people, that it needed to be like this in order for you to feel fulfilled and purposeful, and that you've got a place in this world, and that your vision and your knowledge and your intelligence always had a place. It was just waiting for this. And it feels really good. It feels really special. And I think April is going to be very rewarding for you. But what I love is that it's new. You have these new friendships, these new romances, these new work things. You're going to get to know brand new people. And I do believe they're brand new people. I don't believe we're bringing in old people for you to now mold, or that they've suddenly become more resonant. I feel like these are brand new people. And I think the fun of engaging with brand new people and having a brand new start with no history, no muddling, no fixing things. It's a brand new beginning. The vibrancy, the playfulness, the laughter, the connectivity, it is everything you need. And April has got a lot of new people coming into your life to add different shades and colors and different shades and hues of these colors, is to make it a lot more kaleidoscopic, which is what you are. You're very kaleidoscopic, and I think it's going to be incredibly rewarding. So through April, I would suggest, if you do get any of those niggles that are drawing on past experiences, please do know that there will be alternate experiences for you to adjust your focus to. There will be new people to look towards, and I believe the more you engage with the new ones, the less you will be looking back, because you're just too busy having fun with all these new people that are such a good resonance for you, and it's really connective. So here's the other thing. We want you to do this, right? We want you to take the loving lead. We want you to share all that is inside of you, all this accumulated life experience and these perspectives and these visions. We want you to share them. We encourage you to share them. There's no longer a need to hold back. You can be yourself. You are free to do that, because we want you to lead in the way that you were born to. Lead the way, Aquarius. Lead the way. You're going to have a lot of fun. So now I'm pulling some cards. I've got 3 cards from my Ride the Wave to really, follow on from this conversation and see what themes are coming up from April. And we have got Judgment. We've got the Hierophant. And we've got the Knight of Wands. I mean, that's quite a lovely bunch. I quite like looking at them as like a group together. I think that's really good energy. You know what? When I look at Judgment, I'm giggling. I used to have an Aquarian friend that would say, "Are we judgmental or are we just right?" And it's just kind of sprung to mind, right? That I feel like you can trust your judgment throughout the month of April here. You can trust that what you're seeing is up for conversation. Yeah? Are you being judgmental or are you just right? You're probably right. I don't feel like you're being judgmental here. I feel like you're being quite correct. And I feel like you have got this beautiful way of saying, yes, I see what the situation is, but I also see what it can be. And that's why we're talking about it. And I feel like whether this is looking at, work interns, or whether you're talking to someone in relationship, friendship, somebody that's a spiritual intern, I just feel like you have every encouragement throughout April to say, yes, I can see where things are getting a bit knotted up for you. And yes, the reason we're bringing this forward is because I see in you something that is so much more. And I think you're so fantastic at doing that, saying, hold on a minute, I can see something that isn't quite working, and I want to talk about it because I see you. I see that you're more than this. I see that you can be more than this. I see the power in you. I see the beauty in you. And that's why we're bringing it up for conversation. And it's all done with such ease and warmth. In the past, sometimes we've had these conversations and it turns a little bit strained. It turns a bit tense. It turns a bit bitter. I think what you'll find is, because the dynamic is so beautiful and so resonant and so wonderful, that these actually are really fun, warm conversations. And I feel like through the month of April, you may find that you're calling some stuff out, that you're saying, I just don't feel like this is a high enough standard for the way I live my life. And you're doing it in such a way that is so beautiful and so easy, where you're going, hold on a minute, I just want to have a conversation. Hold on a minute. Can we talk about what just happened? Let's open it up. And I just feel like you are going to move very quickly from one place to another place to another place to another place, because you're not willing to bumble about in things that aren't working for you. Do you know, so many people lose so much time. I'm one of them. I've done this. We lose so much time to bumbling about in things we don't feel like we can call out. Is it my place to call it out? And I feel like a lot of this is to do with your own life. I mean, I don't see you out there in the supermarket saying, hey, look, I'm just going to call you out. Those trousers do not suit you, and I think you should put them in bed. I mean, it's not like calling out other people in a mean way, but it's calling out that which affects your own well-being, that which impacts your own sense of joy and pleasure and thriving. You know, it's that which affects you, that which you're involved in, and that which people have come to you for this conversation, right? Because they value your opinion, they value your point of view. And I feel like you are calling things out, but what I love is that it's so intuitive to do it. It's so intuitive. It's like you're supposed to be doing this, because in you calling it out, you stand as an example for everybody else watching you do it. And everybody's going to go, oh, I'm allowed to call that out. I'm allowed to have a high standard like that. Oh, I don't have to settle where I'm dissatisfied. I'm allowed to do this. And I think it's because you're leading such a fantastic example of high standard living. And I think you're going to feel like you're not planning any of this. It's just falling out your mouth. And it's like it's divinely led, divinely inspired. It's like it's just coming from a place inside of you that is either your heart or the spirit world, and it is coming through because it's meant to be said, it's meant to converse. And what it's not going sour. It's not going sour. I tell you what it's reminding me of. Do you know, when I was first dating my boyfriend and I called out something, and I kept doing that. I kept saying, I don't like this. And he actually said to me, you know, a little bit in, he said, you know, thank you. Thank you for believing that I could be high standard. Thank you for saying that to me. You know, like, thank you for believing in me to be able to be that. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Not only are you leading this example for the people watching you about how to navigate owning your wants and desires and visions, like you're going to inspire so many people who maybe don't have the confidence to do this. Through their sort of experience of you and watching you be this living example, you are going to inspire others to stand up and own their own high quality living experience. But you're also going to be doing it in such a warm, wonderful way that other people will be thankful that you didn't let them bumble along, that you didn't let them drag their feet along, that you actually called them to stand. And they did. And then they're going, oh my God, I'm actually standing up. And it's the weirdest thing, but I've been crawling for a really long time. And then you told me to stand up and I went, okay. And I'm so thankful, because God knows how long I would have crawled if you hadn't done it. And I just feel like you're going to really feel this sense of purpose in April through connective, interesting, fantastic conversations. And I believe you are going to feel very wanted and very useful and very valued and very appreciated. And I think you'll also start to see a lot of abundance in your world connecting with this. You know, maybe people will be giving you presents, maybe you'll receive cards, maybe there'll be financial blessing, gifts and gifts from life and things just turning up. And I just think you're going to realize that you can use your voice for loving leadership, and that you're not this thing that has been made out in you to be a negative quality in the past. You're just going to realize that it isn't, and that you are blessed and you are gifted and you're allowed to be a loving leader in this world, that you're allowed to be a big voice, that you're allowed to lead a new way. You are leading the new way. I mean, if Aquarians do that, right? They lead the new way of being. They say, welcome to the new age, welcome to the new world, welcome to the new. This is what we're doing. You know, we're leading the way. Evolve or get left behind. And I think you really call out humanity to catch up. We're not doing it anymore. This is a progressive society. And I am an example of a progressive society. And you either, you know, become one of us or you get left behind. And I feel like that's how things get changed a lot, you know, is by this leadership of your own example. So I do believe April is introducing you to new people, new interns, new experiences of feeling valued and wanted and appreciated. And it's just going to really give you that confidence that you are wanted and needed as a leader in this world. And of course, that is just the beginning. April is just the beginning of bigger things to come. So anything that starts in April is the beginning of very long-term experiences that will layer and evolve and become in the months that are ahead. And so it's kind of like, here we go. Here we go. You're about to get stuck in with other people. It's all very co-creative. And I feel good about that. So with that in mind, you know, let's just now also have a look at relationship. I mean, everything is on relationships anyway, isn't it? I mean, that whole conversation I brought forward is very relationship focused. And I think you can take a lot of what I've said and apply it to things like romance. You can apply it to family dynamic. You can apply it to work dynamic. It is across the board, you know. However, we will get one for a relationship just because. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Swords. And what I would suggest is, looking at that is, this guy's got 3 swords and there's 2 that's left behind there. Yeah, 2 that's fallen. I would suggest really hone in, not on the people that have got their backs turned to you. You know, like, don't worry about who's not interested in you. This month in April, do not worry about those that are not interested in you. Some people have just got different life experiences to lead. That, you know, you're a very powerful presence. And I think you need people that want that kind of power in their life, right? But what I would suggest is focus on what you do have going on rather than what you don't. You know, I know when there is that yearning to be understood for your depth and for your intelligence and for what you're bringing to the world, you know, that when people don't get you, it can be irritating and maybe sting a little bit, but it just really says to me that you've got a lot more people that are into you. These are the 3, right? You've got more people that are into you, more people that want you, more people that care about you, more people that do think that you're incredible, that you don't need to worry about the ones that aren't feeling it. Yeah. And what's interesting is I actually think even the people that are not particularly into you, Aquarius, do understand some of your high qualities here. So I don't feel like anybody's thinking you're a complete no. I don't feel like anybody thinks that you've got nothing to offer. I think everybody knows that you've got a lot to offer. But at the same time, you may not be everyone's cup of tea. I think even the people that are not your biggest fans could say objectively, but my God, what a person. My God, what a power. My God, what a mind. I feel like even the people that are not your greatest fans cannot deny your greatness. You know, like, you won't find them saying you're a complete this and that. Do you know, like, because they'll say, but, you know, give them credit where it's due. They are also this, and this, and it's all really positive. And I think there will be an experience in relationship throughout April where you will notice that we are constantly trying to turn your attention to those that get you, those that want you, those that are in need of what you are. And it may just be that we're getting you into a practice of really focusing in on what you do have and where you are wanted, and getting in a practice of turning the other cheek to that which isn't, you know, your greatest fan, to those that aren't your greatest fans, because you kind of don't need it. You know, the losses, the people that didn't get on board with you, the people that didn't come along for the ride, the people that didn't stay the journey with you. I think that's really important here, Aquarius. The people that didn't stick the journey with you, the people that turned out to be a great disappointment to you, it's okay to let them go. And I think you know that you can articulate that. And sometimes there's still that irritation. And I think April's really bringing in waves and waves of warmth and celebration and abundance and togetherness that should support you in really, really letting the past go, so that, and it's because you're engaged. Yeah, you're engaged in what's happening now. So if somebody does irritate you through April, that will be the practice. Yeah, that will be the practice taking place in relationship, to say, oh, they're not getting me, right? They're not getting me. They're not coming along for the journey. They're really irritating. And I feel like that disappointment and that sadness because I wanted them to get me. If you didn't want them to get you, it wouldn't matter. You don't care. We know that. It's usually somebody you wanted to get you and they didn't get you, and that stings a bit. You wanted them along for the ride and they changed. You wanted them to be a part of your world for a lot longer and they stepped out, or they decided that they weren't as into this as you wanted them to be, and that's always going to sting. That's your humanity. You are human, Aquarius, and although you have the most incredible mind, you are also deeply feeling, and it's okay to feel that sense of loss sometimes, that you thought somebody was in it for the long run and they've stepped out. You thought somebody was a resonance there and they stepped out. And I think what we're doing is we're going to be healing over that now. Yeah, it sucks. And nothing ever makes that any better. We all dislike that feeling. But you are going to have such fantastic experiences that will just keep redirecting your focus onto what you do have rather than what you don't. And that's your relationship theme, is what do I have? What do I have? What do I have? And less of what don't I have? Less, that sadness and that very, the feeling of I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, and moving with great power and velocity and vibrancy and togetherness towards I do have this, I do have this, I do. I feel like that could be a mantra for like April. I do have this, I do have this, I do have this. I might take it myself, Aquarius. I do have this, I do have this. And I think you will see evidence in its abundance of what you do have. And I think that's going to just really boost your heart, boost your healing, boost your placement in the world, boost your purpose, boost your connection. And when you're boosted, you're unstoppable. So your relationships are all about the I do haves. It's looking good, isn't it? I think April's looking wonderful for you, and it's a fantastic new beginning, one that you're very ready for. It's a very co-creative, communal, togetherness themed April for you. I'm excited. Please do come let me know. Come and let me know about your experiences of togetherness, this experience of being able to help people and lead others and set a new way, set a new standard. I want to hear about these things that you're doing in the world. Maybe it might even be on a global level. Like what standards are you telling us all to rise to? I'd love to hear about them. In the meantime, you can join me on Patreon. It's my new community. It's brand new, it's blossoming, but we're going to be having a lot of fun over there. I'll be very interactional, as well as posting daily readings and weekly videos, and I'm hoping to do a monthly live conversation there too. And so you can talk to me there, you can message me there. It can be very, very conversational. And I will also post a link to my website if you want to book in for one-to-one time, as well as my Facebook, stuff like that. Come and join me. I always want more of you. And I will come back next month and we'll check in again. So wishing you an exciting new April. This is your new you, new year, new friends, new experiences, new loving leadership April. And I will look forward to talking to you again soon, Aquarius. See you later. Bye.